ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. We shall chant the first verse of Sadhana Panchakam. Vedo nityamadhiyatam taduditam karma swanushthiyatam teneshasya vidhiyatam apachitik kamye matistyajyatam papaughav paridhuyatam भवसुखे दोषोऽनुसन्धीयताम् आत्मेच्छाव्यवसीयताम् निजगृहात् तूर्णं विनिर्गम्यताम्. We have seen before, in the journey towards self-transformation, various components which are essential to our process of self-purification also. The process, the sadhanas, the spiritual disciplines for self-purification are called secondary spiritual disciplines. And once the mind is pure enough, the primary, the main spiritual disciplines that brings about the knowledge of oneself is also declared in this set of 5 verses. Papaughav paridhuyatam is what we saw. The whole host of sins I have committed because of doing actions which I am not supposed to do, pratishiddha karmas. And the prayaschitta karmas which I have done were not adequate. The atonement karmas were not adequate to neutralize these wrong actions, and hence they also add to the host of papas. Well, all these karmas I have accrued for over so many births. Adi Shankaracharya says, well, when you have cleansed them all with your right attitude of karma yoga, Ishwarasya apachitihi. Karma yoga means this attitude towards karma where I offer my action as a worship to the Lord, as a contribution to the universe, without complaining about my script, my roles, my responsibilities, my struggles. I do it gracefully, happily, because this is the situation I am in. I have a script to play, and I will play, I will do my best. I will be the best mother, the best wife, the best citizen, the best child. And so, wanting to express the best of myself. Why? Because it's an offering. My actions themselves are an offering. When I have an attitude of this nature, when I cultivate an attitude of this nature, the results that come out of this is something I accept gracefully. Having offered to the Lord, maybe I have been the best mother, but the child may not think so. So in spite of my best efforts, maybe my child will have complaints against me. Maybe the child has a lot to say which I'm not ready to hear. But I hear because the outcome, the consequence, what I receive is what I have earned. And hence a graceful acceptance is known as prasada buddhi. With this attitude towards my action and the consequence or the results of my action, when I live awakened to the presence of the cosmic justice, the infinite light, well, I purify my mind. I purify my mind, move it away from likes and dislikes and desires and dissatisfactions. And such a mind, when purified, becomes more and more pure. It can think properly. It will begin to see the limitations of worldly pursuits. And so the next point which is highlighted is Bhava Sukhe Dosho Nusandhiyatam. In the worldly pleasures, begin to see the limitations of worldly pleasures. Why should I see limitations? Well, because your call, your search, your cry is for the infinite. You are not happy with limited happiness. You're always seeking the limitless. My search for the limitless. How can time bound happiness, limited happiness, which is born of time, space, conditionality, how can that ever satisfy the soul within? It is not possible. When the external happiness I go for, I choose, that happiness will come to me bound, conditioned by time. It is not there at a given time. It comes at a given time and hence it will go at another time. This is conditioned happiness, like ice cream happiness. Until it sits on my tongue, I cannot be happy because it is external. Doesn't mean that every time I have an ice cream, I will be happy either. In the cold in Alaska, ice cream is not going to be a happy choice. And therefore, it's not that happiness is sitting in the object. Happiness or the lack of it is a state of mind. And just because that object comes to me again and again doesn't mean it will give me the same intensity, same degree of happiness. In fact, there is a reduction. My first happiness is, my first ice cream is great, but not the fifth one, not the 10th one, of course. And so it has decreasing degree of satisfaction it gives me. It is time bound. It is space bound. It is bound by its own truth that when that ice cream melts, that happiness also melts away. Any happiness born of an external situation, external object, is conditioned, hence out of my hands. It is unpredictable. It may come, may not come. And so, what is it that I am searching for? Do I want to really pursue an unpredictable happiness? Or do I want a happiness that is predictable? An everlasting state of beinghood, which always is there for me to enjoy. And this, when I begin to think, when I can think clearly and understand the discrimination in my actions happen, I begin to see the difference between the limitless and the limitless. The limited I avoid, and the limitless I begin to pursue. This is known as Viveka Shakti, the capacity to discriminate between the time bound and the timeless. And having made that discretion, the vairagya, the virakti, the detachment, the moving away from the time bound pursuits towards the timeless pursuits, pursuit towards the timeless, is called vairagya or dispassion. And so, viveka, discrimination, followed by vairagya, dispassion, and third is mumuksha. I have dispassion towards the time bound, but what do I do next? A question arises. What do I seek? A question would arise. And beautifully, the last line describes the next course of action. Hari Om, that's it.